If you had to delete just one social media app to instantly improve your mental health, what app would it be? If we're being honest, we know all social media platforms cause some level of harm, but they do not harm in the same way. Some will affect your self-esteem, some will hijack your dopamine system, some will drown you in toxicity, some will just distort your mood, distort your focus, distort your sleep, and the list is endless. So in this video, I'll be ranking the worst social media apps for your mental health, and this is based on psychological research and real user data. Before we get into the rankings, I would like you to understand that there are two major ways these apps cause harm: internalized and externalized harm. With internalized harm, the app is changing how you see yourself. So things like appearance anxiety, low self-esteem, depression, body image issues, and just things that happen within you that nobody can particularly tell that anything is changing, but the app is causing changes in you. With externalized harm, everybody can see the harm is coming from outside. Maybe things like harassment, cyberbullying, negative comment under your post, or even just the emotional overload that comes from using this app. So everybody can see that something is happening to you. So whichever category of the harm you're experiencing, we cannot deny that social media is changing us. The least harmful social media platform is YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube right now, and this is the healthiest social media platform for users. And this is mostly because people come to YouTube with some sense of direction. They're either looking for education or for entertainment. They are not just scrolling and things are falling on them. The different studies that were done, people said that being on YouTube helped them with more self-expression, more self-awareness, and they were able to find communities of people who are interested in the kind of things that they're interested in. But here's the catch. The part of YouTube that is most toxic is the comment section. In fact, 79% of people who report to cyberbullying from social media said that they got it from YouTube comment section. So it is a bad place to be. So if you are trying to stay stable on YouTube, just watch your videos and go. If you are the creator, don't care so much about what is happening in the comment section. The comment section of YouTube is high in cyberbullying, and that is mostly the harm that it causes. Since we are in the healthiest social media platform in the world, I want you to subscribe to this channel. This is a healthy place. We talk about healthy things here. Give this video a thumbs up as we move to the next one. The sixth harmful social media app is Facebook. I know you might be asking, who still uses Facebook in today's age? But people still use it. It's actually one of the most used social media apps in the world, and it is not so toxic. Usually the toxicity that comes from Facebook is in form of loneliness, in forms of emotional burnout or comparison, and this was reported more among the older people, probably because they were the ones who use the app the more. Usually Facebook is filled with people who you know from your secondary school, from university days, and you are no longer in touch. So you see all the good things they are doing, you see how their family is growing, you see the number of kids they have, and all of that to just make you feel as if your life is not doing enough. So comparison will rise. In fact, there's a term called Facebook depression, and this is the depression that comes after you have compared your life with everybody you used to know in the past, and it seems as if you are not matching up. Another area that Facebook causes harm for the older generation is when they are doom scrolling news, political news, health tips, and just many false information, things that will stir up sadness, things that will stir up fear in them. So that is very high on Facebook. The fifth most harmful social media app is Reddit. In fact, Reddit is nicknamed as the hostility hub. Don't get me wrong, there are great communities on Reddit, and it spurs you to engage, to share your ideas, and to just hear other people's point of view. So it is great for the community aspect. But the highest toxic language online is found on Reddit. Things like identity attacks, things like insults, things like sexual harassment, or just general threats are very high on Reddit. If researchers specifically say that the hostility on Reddit is very intense. So if you find yourself constantly reading arguments, constantly reading debate, controversies, this person is trying to attack this person, trying to prove to the other person that they are dumb and I'm the only intelligent person, after a while to begin to rub off on you, you begin to get more hostile, you begin to get sad because you are not seeing anything excited. It's just the charged environment of everybody trying to outsmart themselves, and this will drain your mental health very greatly. The emotional load that comes from it is very great. And this leads us to the fourth most harmful social media app, which is Twitter or X. And it is very similar to Reddit in that there are so many arguments going on, so many controversies, so many people trying to give the worst savage comeback that will make the other person feel as if they are useless. So Twitter is a toxic place when it comes to the use of words. The research found that people who use Twitter frequently have a drop in positive emotion and a rise in outrage and polarization. And the fact that Twitter is the fastest place to get news, you are just constantly faced with negative news of things happening in the world, and negative news are the ones that trend the most on Twitter. Unlike Facebook, where people are just trying to share their sweet memories with their family, with Twitter, everybody is trying to share the worst thing that has happened in the world and to prove that the world is collapsing. So this constantly being surrounded with negative news and negative vibes, it has a great toll on the mental health as well. So if you notice yourself being stressed for no reason or just getting angry all of a sudden, it most likely can be attributed to the use of Twitter. Now we are entering into the red zone of toxicity of all the social media apps. And the third on the list is Snapchat. Yes, that hidden app that seems not to exist. Like, who uses Snapchat apart from taking pictures with filter? Yeah, but it's actually a very harmful app for your mental health. One of the negative effects of Snapchat is the fear of missing out. Snapchat is popular among the younger generation, and this is a stage where they are still trying to find identity, still trying to build a community around themselves. So you see your friend going out, they're having a good time, they're going for parties, they're sharing streaks, and you just begin to feel like, okay, everybody's having the best time in their life and they're going out. I am the only one who is not experiencing anything, and this fear of missing out can lead to anxiety and depression. But secondly is the unrealistic beauty standard that Snapchat gives. This is more popular among the female users. So Snapchat is a platform that is built around filters. So everybody on Snapchat looks good. They have the perfect nose, perfect eyes, perfect lips, and nobody's flawed. So when you keep looking at people on Snapchat and you go to the mirror and you see yourself, you begin to feel ugly. Someone who was feeling confident in their looks before they started using Snapchat, by constant use of Snapchat, their body image continues to drop. The third effect might sound trivial to people who cannot relate, but it's a big deal for Snapchat users. Many Snapchat users report being pressured to keep up with streaks. So they want to keeping their friends updated about what is happening in their life. So when there's nothing happening, they just have to send something to keep up with that streak so that they will say something every day. And that causes a great toll on the mental health of the younger generation on Snapchat. And the last one is cyberbullying. We talked about cyberbullying while talking about YouTube, but it is also very high on Snapchat. 69% of users claim to have received cyberbullying from Snapchat. So it is high there. Now, the second most toxic app for your mental health is TikTok. From the color of the app, you already get the vibe that the app gives. Many content on TikTok are dark. But that's not even the biggest issue. The major issue that was reported among users of TikTok is that they lose track of time. Now, the way the app is designed, you are just constantly in this flow state, constantly swiping, and you don't even know when time has gone. Some people enter TikTok, okay, I want to spend just 30 minutes here, and they will, before they try to think of how much time has gone, it's already 4 hours. Because of this loss of the track of time, many TikTok users lose their sleeping patterns. They don't sleep until late hours, they don't sleep till the next morning, and they begin to feel guilty, so their mood is constantly dropping. So they don't want to spend as much time on the app, but they constantly find themselves spending that much time on app. It affects their mood, they feel guilty, they feel unhappy with themselves. Feelings of shame and loss of control over their life begin to rise from the use of TikTok. The reports show that 1 in 7 adolescents spend more than 7 hours per day on TikTok alone. Now, this does not talk about their other social media usage. Just on TikTok, more than 7 hours per day. That is bad. This is coupled with the fact that people don't really sit down to watch long videos on TikTok, unlike YouTube. So they're just constantly scrolling. So it begins to give them attention problem. No wonder you find so many people on TikTok claiming I have ADHD, they have ADHD. They cannot focus on something for too long because their brain is rewired for TikTok, for just getting 30 seconds excitement and moving on to the next 30 seconds excitement. Now, this mention of ADHD is even leading me to the next issue that is wrong with TikTok. There's so many mental health misinformation generally on TikTok. So if you just search for the hashtag mental health on TikTok, there are over 15 million videos that have been posted, and many of them are not correct. People will be claiming to have OCD when they don't have, claiming to have ADHD when they don't have, claiming to have different mental health issues. Anxiety is like a badge of honor that people wear on TikTok. This environment of constantly glorifying mental health issues is destroying people's mental health. A particular study found that 71% of the information on ADHD on TikTok is false. And we also find that there's increased anxiety and depression from the use of TikTok. It is very common there. So if you want to destroy your focus and emotional balance in a great deal, just begin to live on TikTok, and within a short while you'll be a changed man. And now, drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls, give it up for the most toxic social media app in the world, and that is Instagram. Most of the research that has been done on social media harm keep pointing to Instagram as the worst social media app for your mental health. And the reason is because all the internalized harm that come from social media are domiciled in Instagram. If you will notice now, the apps that come with some level of external harm are the ones that we put at the upper side. Things like cyberbullying on YouTube is weak. Things like Twitter and Reddit is weak. Because it's coming from outside, there are things you can do to push it away. But the apps that gives you more internalized harm, those are the most dangerous app, and which is Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. So, but of these three, Instagram is the worst. Let me mention a few. Upward social comparison, body image issues, filtered beauty standard, constantly objectifying yourself, depression and anxiety, losing your self-worth because you're not getting enough likes and followers, low self-esteem, body image issue, feeling of inadequacy. If you scroll through Instagram, everybody seems to be living a perfect life. Everybody's going on vacations with their husband. Everybody's rich. Everybody's living in a fancy house. Everybody can afford the most expensive wig. Everybody has a car. Everybody has no issues in their home. And it seems only you is having issues, because the people don't come and post the things that are not so good in their life. Unlike Facebook, where you can see people post some things that are not so good. Somebody post shitty things on Facebook. But on Instagram, everybody curate the best part of their life and post it there. So everything in your life begin to look not enough. You are not good enough. You are not beautiful enough. You are not successful enough. Nothing. Your partner is not good enough. Your parents are not good enough. Your country is not good enough. Your career is not good enough. You are never good enough on Instagram. Another issue that the studies found affects many people on Instagram is likes and comments. But being honest, on Instagram, many people's worth is defined by the number of likes, the number of followers, the number of comments they get on their posts. So if you post a very beautiful picture, but you did not get as much likes, you begin to think, okay, maybe it's not really beautiful, and begin to doubt yourself. So if your self-worth is based on the amount of likes you get, then it will never be stable. Today it will go up, tomorrow it will go down, and you just keep vacillating like that. And this is worse among females than males. 25% of teenage girls reported that their mental health have been affected by Instagram, while only 14% of teenage boys report the same. So if you have someone that you hate, someone that's too proud, and you want to make them begin to feel insecure about themselves and begin to feel as if they're not good enough, just go and lock them on the Instagram prison, and they will hate their life by themselves. Now, we are not just going to rank this thing and leave ourselves without anything to do. I'm going to share 3 quick tips of things you can practice that will help your usage of social media be more healthy, because you cannot possibly delete all your social media apps. And the first thing is to be self-aware, to know that this thing is happening. So whenever you catch yourself on Instagram, for instance, comparing yourself with the life of other people, quickly call yourself to order. No, I should not be doing this. This is not the actual representation of what is happening in real life. This is just the exciting moment of a few people's life. I cannot compare myself with that. So self-awareness is going to help you. The second one is to set time limit. No matter how careful you are, if you spend enough time on this social media platform, either because your sleep is going to be distorted, or your attention is going to be distorted, or you are going to be exposed to too many wrong information or too many sad news, the longer you spend on this time, the worse it is for your mental health. So just give yourself time limit. You can even turn off notifications that will constantly remind you to go and use the app, and that will be helpful. And the last thing I'm going to share is to curate your feed aggressively. The way these social media apps work is that they show you more of what you are looking for. So if you intentionally daily search for the kind of things that you want to see, then sooner or later your feed is going to be 70% the kind of things that you want to see. But if you just leave it to chance and leave it to whatever the algorithm is bringing to you, then you are going to be caught in this web of constant negativity and toxicity. And I think I should add one more, is that Don't allow social media replace real human interaction in your life. Many people are no longer social because of social media. So sometimes when you drop the phone, go outside and talk to people, go outside and interact. Like they say, go outside and touch grass. That is just going to greatly help you. Is there any social media on this list that you think I did not rank in the right position? Maybe you think one is more harmful than the other, or one is not as harmful as I claimed it is. Drop your opinion in the comment section and let's talk.